Let's just create a new warehouse. I will call it compute limit, let's say, and extra small, standard extra small, advanced options. Yep. I want just a regular warehouse. Suspend activity after suspend it after 1 minute of inactivity. No multi-cluster, just a regular one. X small. Okay, let's just create it. Okay, I'll just create it here. Yeah, it's automatically started, but let's start from scratch. I want to suspend it just to make sure that our experiment here starts with a clean sheet, basically. And look, I'll go here. I will select this compute limit here. And if I start this query, that's the same query that we executed at the beginning with 128 node warehouse, and it took 1 minute. You remember, that's the one that we keep using because that's a good use case here. For our extra small warehouse here, definitely it will take forever if I execute this one. Just make sure you provide here an alias that you never used before, just to avoid any problems with the potential cache. And yeah, if I start this one right now, look, let's do it. Yeah, it's with a new warehouse. If I start it here, this will run forever, for hours and hours. And I suspect that at some point, Snowflake, the operating system, the system, will shut it down. But when exactly will this happen? Well, by default, this happens after 2 days, after 48 hours. Okay, so we have, we all know that's notorious a case of a database administrator who, in the weekend on Friday night, he left the home running, leaving there such a query to run, assuming okay it will finish, it will finish after a few minutes, but no, the query was stuck there, and when they came back on Monday at work, they woke up with a hefty bill of 12,000 US dollars just for a query running and being aborted automatically, but only after 2 days. So if I leave this here on screen, yeah, this is what will happen, very likely. Okay, what I'll do in this case, look, I'll go here and I will say, show me the parameters, yeah, for this one. Remember, we did this for the max concurrency level, but right now it's very important to look at this statement timeout in seconds. And this is a number of seconds for basically 48 hours or 2 days. By default, when you create a warehouse, this is what you get. And yes, this kind of parameter is at the session level, is at the account level, or at the warehouse level. So what we can do here is, look, I'll go back here and I will manually cancel. Yeah, stop this query. Okay. I'll make sure, okay, for the next one, I'll provide the different alias here. I don't want to forget this, but going back here, I will run this one. I will set basically the statement timeout in seconds to 20 seconds in this case. Okay, let's do this. And yeah, let's make sure that this changed. Yeah, very likely it changed. Yeah, you can see here the value is right now 20 seconds. So what this means is that if I go back here and if I start again, so once again, I change this one just to avoid any problems with the potential cache. And yeah, let's start it again. And in the meantime, let's wait the 20 seconds and see if this is happening. So once again, going back here, you can see that we also have another parameter called statement queued timeout in seconds. By default is 0. This means that it's a maximum. You have no timeout. So when a query is queued in the warehouse, yeah, prepared, waiting for other queries to complete, you can also allocate a timeout. Okay. Going back to our query, yes, that's interesting. Statement reach its statement or warehouse timeout of 20 seconds and was cancelled. So this is good, and you should try to provide to every warehouse, or at least even at the account level or session level, such a limit, because otherwise it's very tricky. And we'll see in the future you have other ways to eventually abort such a long running query. Prevent never-ending queries. Okay, just a review of what we've seen before. A running query is cancelled by the system after 2 days by default, after 48 hours. Why is this? Because statement timeout in seconds, which is a parameter associated to a warehouse that can be set as well to the session level or the account level. By default, this is 2 days, 172, 800 seconds, yeah, or 48 hours. By default, yeah, definitely you can set it to a value between 0 and you see the value for 7 days. But yeah, I don't know if you want 7 days. You may have, I don't know, a query that you expect to take 5 days, 6 days, 7 days. Who knows? Okay, so what the timeout covers is a maximum overall time. So this is not just the execution time. It's a queue time, the log time, the execution, the compile time, and so on. And what's interesting, if you set it to the session or account level, this is also for queries that do not use a warehouse at all. For DDL, DML queries using metadata only, like clone, like create. As I mentioned before, yeah, definitely you have another similar parameter for queuing the query that you can allocate a timeout here as well. By default, this is 0, and this is called statement queued timeout in seconds.